Hey guys, Tom itself here. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I think if the door's not open, it's at least cracked for another game to come in and take Call of Duty's place as really the defining game for console gaming at least, FPS gaming as well. Just how Halo defined a generation of standard definition consoles for the Xbox, at least, and it began the HD generation with the 360. Call of Duty came in and knocked it off and really redefined what it was to be a console shooter. It has so many imitations, it's amazing. Halo didn't go away, obviously, and COD's not going to go away either, but something else could be coming to take its place as top dog. Now, it took several years in that transition from the Xbox and standard def to the 360 and high def. I mean, Halo 3 had a fantastic run in the early life of the 360, so it's going to be a while before we really see how people take advantage of whatever new processing power the Xbox One and PS4 give us. But I think the door, again, it's open, and something may be coming. I just hope I don't have to yell at my TV or whatever, or wave my arms around. That would get kind of annoying. When you look back to try to assess how successful the Call of Duty series has been, there are a lot of factors you can look at. It's been incredibly successful. For example, a simple way would be total sales numbers. Yeah, COD 4 selling 16 million or so between the various consoles. World at War almost 14 million. And a big jump from Modern Warfare 2, 24 million. Black Ops 28, almost 29. And then Modern Warfare 3 almost 30. And Black Ops 2 has already topped 24 million. And well, we're still not even a year in, and that will continue to go up. Or you can look at how many people are playing those games. Since March 2011, Major Nelson on his blog has been fairly regularly updating a list that includes the top 20 games on various platforms, including Xbox Live by unique users. And Call of Duty almost always has the #1 spot. I think Halo 4 bumped it out for just a little while. And Call of Duty will often have 3, 4, and sometimes 5 games at certain points in that top 20 for Xbox Live. With only one exception, the more recent Call of Duty game is always ranked ahead of its predecessors. That exception being obviously World at War is often ranked below Call of Duty 4. I think this is most impressive because it clearly indicates that while Call of Duty somewhat cannibalizes its own user base each year when they release a new game, the old titles still keep going strong. That's one of the things that just absolutely blows my mind. They have a huge migration to this new game, but the old ones still stand up incredibly well to the other multiplayer offerings, at least in terms of how many people they're able to get online. Or I could talk to you about my personal experience and opinions and which ones I like the most. I could give you some very subjective measurements there, but I think the easiest one, there are two that are very easy to put forward there. And that is the total amount of time I've spent playing each game, and how much of the DLC I've bought for each of them. Because I haven't bought all of it, that's for sure. The complication with the DLC comparison is the games release different numbers of DLC packs. Sometimes it's not all multiplayer map packs, which is all I'm really interested in, and it comes at different times. So, but I think it's still a good comparison because at the time it was me sitting down and saying, yes, I'm willing to spend more on this game because I think I'm going to play enough to make these new maps worth it, because they are kind of pricey for what you're getting, at least in terms of maps. So Call of Duty 4, I bought the one of one map packs they released. World at War, got the first, grudgingly got the second, and then we went back to play COD 4. Modern Warfare 2, I got both of the two that they released. I only released two. It was probably one of the, something to do with Infinity Ward going through that whole mess at the time. Black Ops 1, I got 2 of the 4. Modern Warfare 3, again, I got, much like World at War, I got the first one and then grudgingly got the second one because it was on sale at the time. I didn't get 3 or 4 for Modern Warfare 3. I guess again, some of that content was not all map packs. And then Black Ops 2, I picked up the third of what we expect to be 4, but I cannot see myself getting number 4. It just does not seem worth it for Black Ops 2 at this point, for me at least. and then finally the total amount of time played. Now, the ends are a little messy, especially Black Ops 2. We're still waiting on COD Ghosts, and there will be some more time spent playing Black Ops 2. I'm not sure how much. It'll be some, though. Call of Duty 4, I didn't start playing at all until February that year, and didn't really pick up to full steam until, I don't know, August, when things really got rolling in COD 4. Then we have to remember that World at War, the beta, was October, and that those hours aren't going to be represented there. But we put World at War away in probably February or so, and went back to Call of Duty 4 and put a whole bunch more time in there. So 760 hours in COD 4 over the years. World at War, it says 200, but there's probably another, I don't know, at least 10, if not 20 hours spent in the beta. Then you got Modern Warfare 2, and it's almost as much as Call of Duty 4, almost 700 hours in that 1 year, because let's face it, that game was a ton of fun, but it had plenty of issues, and I rarely have an urge to go back to play more, though it has happened every once in a while. Black Ops, well, what can I say? Black Ops was strange. I spent a fair amount of time playing solo in Black Ops, and that's something I hadn't done a whole lot since COD 4, really. So there's probably another, who knows, at least another 20-30 hours there than what I normally play with my team, my friends, otherwise in Black Ops. But, we also had Homefront came out while Black Ops was around, and that was a couple weeks that got away from that game. Modern Warfare 3, I don't know. Guild Wars 2 ate into Modern Warfare 3. Battlefield 3 certainly ate into that too, especially my single-player time. I've basically spent no time running solo in Modern Warfare 3. That's why, it only 300 and something hours. Still not too bad. Black Ops 2 is rolling up close to 400. I expect it may pass Black Ops 1 at this point. I haven't been playing a whole lot of solo Black Ops 2, but we'll see what happens. I got a couple more months. I don't know. We'll see how much Black Ops 2 I feel like playing. It'll still be some more. Oh, and because I assume someone in the comments will try to do this, let me just go ahead and do it right for you. Over the past 5.5 years, it averages out to about 1.4 hours of Call of Duty per day. Not too bad, not too bad. I can live with that. And now the downside that each new Call of Duty doesn't bring the entire fan base along is that each successive game has less and less of a total share of the gaming population. It's still big enough to be the #1 game on Xbox Live. It's just it doesn't have the same kind of impact that the earlier games had, especially your COD 4s and Modern Warfare 2s and even Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 just haven't had the same kind of percentage of the total player base playing them, and therefore, while the games are huge, I would argue that they have been less influential. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me plot the total number of console sales for 360 and 360 for this time every year, July, and then the total number of Call of Duty copies sold in the first year. Well, actually, it's more like the first 13 and a half, 14 months. That's just the range of the data I could get. And we'll see that while Call of Duty sales have increased, it's not headed in the same direction as console sales. And again, Black Ops 2 is going to sell more, probably not as many as Modern Warfare 3. We'll see how it does in respect to Black Ops 2. It hasn't had its full time yet, so this isn't quite a fair comparison for Black Ops 2. But again, the number of consoles sold relative to the number of copies of Call of Duty sold isn't there. So we'll say, well, a lot of those consoles aren't in use anymore, so may have been broken, maybe unused. So let's try and get a better idea of how many people are actually playing. And so I thought, yeah, I know, we'll go ahead and grab the total subscriber numbers for Xbox Live. And, well, here, let me show you that. And so I went back and did a bunch of Google searching and pulled news articles and dates and compiled them, and I got this. And there are 2 data points in there that are look kind of low compared to everything else, but I'm quite confident they're fairly accurate, at least more so than the other ones, because those are the 2 cases where Microsoft explicitly reported how many of their subscribers were actually paying subscribers or gold users. And I think in the other cases they're including their silver users as well. So I really doubt that there are 46-something million paid subscriptions when they've sold fewer than 80 million total Xboxes. That would really surprise me. And I don't know, I don't trust it. So going back from the 2 data points that we see earlier, we can estimate pessimistically 50% of the total users are actually paying subscribers. So let me adjust the numbers downward. Pessimistically again, and with almost no basis, but if in order to believe those 40 plus million subscriptions are actually gold members or paying subscribers, I'm going to need to see a quote directly from Microsoft and not some news article that assumes that they're paying gold members. I think that's too high to be reasonable. Anyway, here's the new chart. We see that the conclusion is largely the same. Call of Duty remains as a franchise monolithic, but the individual games are slowly losing steam, and the user base is getting more and more spread out, and it's leaving room for something else to come in and take all the players who are on the previous Call of Duties who have just decided not to continue playing the newer games to go ahead and migrate to something else. Of course, this whole new generation of consoles could really shake things up. Call of Duty might come out on top again, or it might not. We'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. I hope you found the video entertaining and informative, and I look forward to reading your comments about this, because who knows how things are going to shake up with the new consoles coming out in a couple months. Again, thanks, and I'll see you next time.